You know what it is and who it is. It's your boy Fighting Night X, and this is the post-fight interview with Marcos Villegas, baby. You know who it is. If you know boxing, then you know who I'm talking to right here. Marcos,
thanks for having me, bro.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course.
What a night. What a upset. Are you wowed? Are you surprised? Or is it like, it is what it is?
You know what? George fought the freaking fight of his career, the fight of his life, and I was telling some of the other people that I came here with, I had a weird feeling because any guy who trains like a year for a fight, coming in against anybody, I don't care like what the opponent thinks of him, like you gotta like give them their due respect. You gotta know like they're coming more than well prepared. So I had that thought in my mind, like George has had a whole year to go ahead and fight this. Now, even going back further, I remember when this fight was first announced, I spoke to George about the fight, and I saw his Lee Selby fight, and yeah, a lot of people thought that he lost that fight, which
split decision victory.
It still baffles me because I thought George
clearly won that fight as well.
But what I got from that performance is George is a really tricky counterpuncher, and he has really great timing. That showed tonight. He showed that.
The overhand right, the jab was landing.
The jab and the hook, but I think overall, he fought the fight of his career, man, and he had a great performance here tonight. Am I surprised he won? No. Consensus amongst us in boxing, if he would win, no.
Is it the upset of the year? They're calling it a lot. I've seen a lot of big upsets. I think Mikey Garcia losing to Martin. I think that's the upset of the year thus far.
Because that guy was an unknown, you know, like we knew who George was. George was the mandatory. He had earned a shot. That guy from Spain, like, came out of nowhere and beat, you know, how many division champions is Mikey? Like 5 division champions?
Mikey, yeah, 4 or 5, 4 divisions.
No, I think, that for sure was the upset of the year, but certainly this was a big upset because you look at the odds that George had, and he was like plus 900.
Yeah. And I mean, Teofimo had plus 2,800 for a first round knockout. It looked like he tried to cash in on that.
He almost had it.
But he ends up going down. He ends up going down. Yeah. I mean, a lot of talk from the Lopez camp. You've seen there was a lot of heat, some pushing and shoving earlier this week at the media workouts. Does that? I think instead of that, the mind games going into George, I think that just continued to fuel him. He never looked like he lost his cool. At all.
George didn't. No.
Yeah.
George was very composed, but also like looking at the fight, like I wonder if Teo was like over emotional. Like he came in like trying to get the knockout and not like boxing and being like suavecito, you know, and like using what he has. Like it felt like just the whole fight, he was just trying to get him out of it, trying to knock him out, and given, you know, what happened in the hotel incident and with the fight falling through, like I do wonder, like, hey, like, did he have too much emotion coming?
He looked tight. He looked big. He looked like 140.
My camera guy, Matt, told me too, like, hey, like he has asthma and the COVID, like, hey, that's what
pulled the first. That's what the second. I think the second time it canceled the fight.
Yeah.
He looked big. He looked tight. He looked like he was breathing in deep. He packs the power all night. He scored. He got his knockdown back.
Yeah.
And George was hurt.
Yeah.
George was hurt, but
had him
shout out to you, George.
Yeah.
He has a hell of a chin.
Yeah,
he's freaking tough.
He was Manny's sparring partner, so he took.
That's another thing. I didn't know that. I just recently found that out, and I'm like, if you can go in, I mean, look at Sean Porter, right? These guys. Forgot my other guy's name. He used to be in the gym all the time with Frankie Gomez. These are tough dudes in the ring with Manny. Then you can be in the ring with anyone if you can spar with Manny.
And I think he drew on that experience, and it showed tonight. Like he fought the fight of his life, and now he's the #1 lightweight in the world.
Do they run it back? Do they run it back in New York?
I don't think Teo can make 135 anymore. He told me a few hours ago before the fight that he can't make it anymore. Like the cut's just too much for him. So they might run it back, but I don't think it'll be at 35. And what's the point if it's not for all the belts?
For all the belts, yeah.
What's the point?
I mean, does the Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez thing goes down the drain right now?
That's an interesting,
because he was calling. It's easy to make that top rank.
He doesn't have him coming up now, as you know, he's beat now, you know, so that does lose a little bit of luster. I still think it's a great fight for Teo, but yeah, it does lose a little luster. I think maybe Taylor might be pushing for Crawford now. That's an easier fight to make in-house too.
Next week, Las Vegas, the lightweight division continues. Devin Haney, Jojo Diaz. Thoughts on that?
Tough fight for both guys. I think stylistically, it's a little bit tougher of a fight for Jojo because for him to come forward and fight his fight,
that's how Jojo
he's
does.
going to have to avoid Devin's jabs, and Devin has a long reach. So that's why I'm saying stylistically, it favors
Can Devin keep it up all night?
Can he keep it up? But on the flip side of that, if Jojo is getting tagged by the jab, how long is it going to be till maybe a cut shows up?
Yeah, and Jojo's one who bruises up easily.
So there's a lot of folds in it. With that, I think Jojo's going to push Devin like he's never been pushed before. Like if he could fight the fight that he fought against Gary Russell Jr. and keep that same momentum, he's going to beat Devin. He'll beat Devin if he keeps that up.
He took down Tevin Farmer, sweet science kind of guy, smooth, slippery, you know what I'm saying? Eddie's boy as well, right? Now he has another shot to take.
It's crazy. All those guys
at
135 that people were calling like the Four Kings are
they having tough times.
They're getting into some tough
Isaac
spots.
Cruz and Gervonta Davis. I mean, late replacement Isaac Cruz. We want to see Raleigh. Hope he can get his situation together. Raleigh, shout out to you. Hope you get your situation together and we can see you in the ring with Tank soon. But it's like you can't continue to say, that guy, he's getting washed up. They said the same thing about Kambosos. Look what happens tonight. They said the same thing about Santino with Mikey. Look what happened then.
You have a dollar on you? You have a dollar?
No dollars right now.
No dollars.
No dollars.
Makes sense.
New York City, you hear me?
You know what I'm saying? Because listen, I'm just trying to.
I'm
trying to get high. I'm trying to get high. Word up. But listen, this is New York for you. New York. This is what it's real. It's real. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat shit like that. It's real. We're New York trying to get high. The Bronx trying to get high. You feel me?
No worries.
Bless you.
Yeah, from the Bronx, bro. From the Bronx. Here's $2, yeah?
Oh, you want to BX?
From the BX. Yeah. Marcos.
What you do, bro? You fucked up.
Let's
gotta get out of here.
Let's go. Come on.
He's gonna get
with me. They're not with me.
Come on, we on this way, man. It's New York, man.
We gotta go to the hotel anyways.
Welcome to New York, Mark. This is what happens when you're in New York City. This is what we do.
Right there.
Listen.
Over $2.
Marcos Villegas, baby. It doesn't get no better than this.